Morning. It is a nice and chilly morning, but the sun is out, and so hopefully it's going to be a good day today. And today is Wednesday, so tonight we got our midweek Lenten worship. It's our first midweek Lenten worship. We had Ash Wednesday worship last week. It's part of Lent. And we've got dinner at 6 o'clock, soups and sandwiches and other kinds of things all Lent long. I think there's a bunch of soups on schedule for tonight and some bread and some salad maybe. But there's a lot going on at church, and so if you want to come and get dinner at 6 and then worship at 7, just a short reflective worship service. And our theme this year is For the Beauty of the Earth, thinking about creation, and the midweek Lenten services are based around experiencing God's creation with our 5 senses. So that's a good thing that's going on tonight. Yesterday, Katie and I had people come out and give us a new roof. We've needed one for a long time, and every now and then we have some issues, and so it was good to go ahead and get that done. But on the outside it looked like it was fine. There weren't too many shingles missing or anything like that, but you could tell that there were some issues because the shingles were old and they didn't quite have the same coating as they needed. But once you got up under the shingles, you could see that there was a lot going on. There are some spots that might have been leaking, and there are some spots that need to be replaced. And now that there are new shingles, and I saw them putting on different layers of things, right? So they replaced some of the wood at the bottom. They put on a new layer of covering on top of that. They put some extra coating in the corners, maybe because the corners are where some water can build up and stuff like that. And then they finally took their time to put on a new layer of shingles as well. It really did a lot of work there to make sure that now our roof feels a little more protected. But it wasn't until we took off all the coverings to get down to that bottom layer that you could see exactly where some of the issues might be, or some of the problem spots. And I was thinking about that because for me, that could be a good image for how God deals with us. Sometimes in our lives we might wear a nice facade. We have something on in front of us to make sure that folks can't see our deepest wounds or our deepest problems. And so we walk around and maybe we look okay on the front, but deep down we're hurting. And I think that hopefully our relationship with God is one where we don't need to do that, where we can peel back the layers a little bit and see what's going on, and that God loves us anyway, and God can heal our deepest wounds. And I was thinking about the ways that we experience that in our lives, or that we sort of avoid talking about that. It's difficult. I think church sometimes can be a place where we still try to show up in our Sunday best, right? We wear our best clothes, and we try to look like everything's going on all right. But really, church should be a place where we can come and lay it all on the table and feel some kind of relief or comfort or support or peace because of the ways that God is working there. And so I was just thinking about that today, that there aren't many places in our lives where we really do lay it all out there, or allow for folks to know our deepest selves. And that's okay, because it takes time to build trust. A lot of us have been hurt along the way, but how exhausting that must be to try to cover on everything so that our problems aren't something that folks know about. And so God invites us to be in a relationship that is more healing in that way. And so how can we live more deeply into that? Maybe that's another way to spend our lives in our days of Lent, is to deepen our relationship with God in that way too. So that's just a thought that I had at this fresh beginning